Okay, let's begin. Let's begin this amazing evening. Yep. So
Yeah.
let's go.
Where are you at, Jilson? Where do you live?
I live in India.
Ah, nice, man. Nice. I want to go to India. I love Indian and sitars, and I love tabla drums, you know, and gulab jamun and korma, you know, all that. Ah, I love all that Indian food. I haven't had any in quite a long time, you know.
So next time you are going to come to India, I know I'm planning a mastermind in India. Beautiful place called God's Own Country, with the tying up with the people. You know, we don't charge money for coaching. Instead, we charge only money for their staying expense. So we will come together and we bring people, we live together and learn business, do business, and part across.
Yeah, when will you do the mastermind?
Yeah.
What next year, maybe after the
2021 I'm gonna. Now I'm working on that too. I'll share you the message. I'll share you the content, all that I planned up, so we can work on in a better way. You know, only teamwork will succeed. Am I right?
That's right.
We will connect with the people. That's my intention before this, podcast and all those stuff. That's wanna be a live event, 5 days or 6 days. We stay in a place, we do yoga, we get rejuvenation therapy, and we learn business, we learn organic traffic things, and we connect with people, we do business, and we sign up the client, and after that we will leave.
Right? Nice. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. That's what. So my amazing friend Rick, welcome to the program, the podcast with Jilson.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. And tell me something about you, man. My people and your people are eager to learn and understand more about you, your superpowers. Tell me something about you and your country and your people and all.
Oh, sure. I'm Rick Gold Gold, and I'm a client copywriter and affiliate guy, writing for coaches, writing for personal development, and writing for some other things as needed, like e-com, emails, affiliate offers, this kind of thing, working online. And I have a wife and 3 kids.
That's a great part of it. I love that your statement. I have a wife. You specifically mentioned a. I love it. That is the power of a copywriter.
That's right. Many mouths to feed here. Also a dog and 2 cats.
Wow, it's a big family. What's the name of your dog, man? What's the name of your dog?
Trace is the dog's name.
Wow.
Trace, we got him. He already had a name. I tried to change his name to Bruno because my friend told me that he would get totally healed if we changed his name. I mean, there was a possibility of that because he had an ear problem.
Oh.
And so I tried to change his name to Bruno, but it just didn't stick, So he was always Trace, which means number 3 in Spanish, right? He was the third one of
Trace. Yeah.
Yeah, the third of the litter. So he's still Trace. Sometimes I call him Bruno, or someone asks me his name, the kids here, and I say, Bruno. And so I say, Bruno dos Trace,
That's amazing. So you got a big family. Yeah?
We have a big family, yeah. And kids are all asleep right now. And wife's laying in the bed. The house is pretty quiet except for me,
That's amazing.
How's it? Everything's going good there, right?
Yeah, it's a lockdown, and things are okay. One thing is very specific when it comes to India, because of COVID. Death rates are so less.
So yeah, that's good.
That is the reason people are not so panicked, but there is threat is there and people are so careful. I think it will take 2021 for us to have a normal life back again.
Yeah. I want it to be normal very soon. I like walking and shopping and all that stuff I used to do. Still walking, but not much shopping. My wife does all the shopping now.
Yeah, they get the happiness there. At least once we are in the shopping mall, that gives us an energy, kind of refreshment sometime. Right.
Oh, that's true.
So do you speak Spanish too? Do you speak Spanish too?
No, very little, but I grew up on the West Coast and California, Seattle area, and there's quite a few Spanish-speaking people there. San Diego, I lived there when I was in my 20s, and learned some Spanish. Yeah, you still there?
So tell me, Rick, what are you passionately engaged with right now?
We're working on a personal development website called 𝐷eVLY, 𝐷eVLY.com, personal development, 𝐷eVLY. Okay. That's personal development offers, and I'm working for clients, promoting my children's book, walking daily, I love the sunshine, getting a lot of sun lately. There was a few months where sitting around, maybe started walking every day since the pandemic has happened. Before that, it was maybe a few times a week, but there was less to do inside the house, I suppose. Or passion, what's my passion? It's a really good question. More of the same is what I'm working on, just improving my life daily in terms of full-time online what would you say, progress, I guess you might say. More to do online, more work, more study. I'm studying. I'm a lazy study, I've always just study a bit and dive in, but I'm looking for more, I guess, more and better clients would be a great thing. Clients that, what would you say, niche well with me, need what I provide, and help me to progress, I suppose you might say. Yeah. You want to ask the question again?
Yeah. What are you working passionately on?
What am I passionate about? The 𝐷eVLY website is probably the biggest project. Working with my client partner, and working with him is our biggest goal right now. That's the thing we're working hardest on. I'm glad to have a partner to do it, because copywriting is kind of a lonely life sometimes. And with him, we have a good working relationship together. So basically, we're just improving funnels, hunting down perfect offers, finding niche products, in the personal development niche, certain products, certain offers. But really, my real passion is playing music. It's kind of on hold right now. It's off to the side. I'm a musician. I'm a musician who's on. I play drums. That's what I used to do for many years. Traveled around and playing drums. Not doing it so much now. That's my true passion. Playing drums with other musicians. Wow. So, in terms of the online, I'm a good writer. I'm always a writer, and small stories and a children's book, and a lot of sales copy now. I've been doing that. I started doing that with my for my mom's website, for my mom's business. She had a travel agency and an arts organization, kind of a studio, school, a combination in Seattle. And I started writing for her and helped her write some of her website copy for her travel agency website. So that's how I got into this. And she was saying maybe 5 years ago, why don't you try to do it for other people, you know? So I started doing that, and it's been a good. Well, you get a lot of different things coming to you, a lot of different clients, you know. So that's always nice. You're always learning when you're a client copywriter, especially if you're a generalist, which I still kind of am. I'm a generalist. I'll take on anything that's interesting, and you learn a lot because you have to study that niche. You know what I mean?
Okay, let me ask you a question then. You know, you are engaged with different things, and you speak about a lot of good things about things which happens. How do you manage a bad client? Can I get some insights on it? As we are all in the internet space, sometimes I stumble upon really, really bad clients.
A bad client. I can't say I've had a bad client. If they've been bad, I probably didn't take them on as a client. You know what I mean? So now I've had one that changed a lot of stuff in midstream, and I just handled that with grace. You know what I mean? He'd already paid me, and he was kind. He just couldn't make up his mind. So that's probably the worst I've had. He was a good payer, and he was a nice guy, but he couldn't make up his mind. You know, he just always everything. You know, write this for me, write that. You send it there. Oh no. Write this instead. You know, and that happened about four or five times, changing the. So I'd say, try to get clear at first. You know, get clear on the actual goal and how you're going to get to that goal. You know, your mission, and put it in writing, and let the client agree to it, or have him send you a brief of exactly what he wants, he or she, and then you can agree to it. Now, you still might have a client, you know, we had agreed on something before this all started, and it was still a good job. I can't say I've had a bad client. I've had some guys that you just didn't take on as a client, you know what I mean? Because they just, they have a bad attitude maybe when you're chatting with them, something like that. So you just don't take them. What I do with those guys is I say, I got someone else. Sorry. I just got another. That's my way out. And it's usually true.
You know, people are not bad, but we have to learn more strategies to manage them. Am I right? That is even
manage. The manager, I guess the best thing is to be clear and make sure they have a good attitude, and you keep a good attitude too. Be clear on what, you know, from the beginning. That's the best way not to waste time, right? Have a set plan you both agree to. Now, there's always things that can come up and new ideas, but to change the whole mission in midstream, or just say, just do whatever you like, Rick, and then they don't like it. That's not good, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm the creative, right? I know what sells, and they may not know what sells. You know what I mean? What generally sells? There's a science to it, but there's also a creative to it. You know what I mean? But a lot of it is science and study of certain words, ways of writing those words, ways of keeping it brief, and there's psychology attached to it. It takes quite a bit of study compared to your basic website copy. Sales copy is a whole different animal. You know what I mean?
Right. People are. I think many people are confused with copywriting and content writing. Both are the difference.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, there is a difference. Content writing is sometimes it's just to fill space. Sometimes it's to keep interest. Sometimes it's just to please the Google gods, you know, they say. It's just to get your your SEO. SEO is a whole different thing than sales copy, right? SEO, get the search engine to find you, and then you want the sales copy in front of your ideal customer's eye, is what you really want. And I also write words for VSLs, video script letters, sales letters, and written words for text bots, these kind of things. And well, I put it out there that I'd write for a podcast too, but we are doing a podcast, and I didn't write anything down. I'm glad you have good questions for me.
That's a good thing. And so you have given so much insights on copywriting now. So let me ask you a question.
Copywriting. Yeah. Go ahead.
What advice do you give to the newcomers into copywriting field, or either copywriting or content writing? If someone comes into this newly, what would you advise him?
If you love it, stick with it. Study if you want to. I'm more of a sales copywriter than a content writer. I started out with the content stuff, but even that was meant to sell my mom's service, you know what I mean? But I've always been like a classified ad guy, a sign painting guy, selling lemonade, selling whatever I could online, even in the old classified free ads, they used to have these buy and sell magazines. So I'd always be buying and selling something. So that's sales copy in a way, but it's not, I'd try to be humorous about it or creative in those days, but I hadn't studied sales copy yet. If you want to study sales copy, there's 3 books I got here.
Wow. What are they? Okay. That would be a great things. What for the newcomers?
I should have had this ready for you. Let's see. 3 books.
Okay.
These are what my coach recommended to me. So I know they're the best 3 because he's a great copywriter, right? Okay. I actually made a video showing these 3 books. There's other books for mindset and stuff, like The Secret and Psycho-Cybernetics and anything Bob Proctor will keep you. Bob Proctor, that's kind of my niche.
Yeah.
That's one of my niches.
Followed by many people. He's an authority.
Tony Robbins. But the copywriting books that my coach recommended, and I can recommend it also. I actually picked them up. Adweek Copywriting Handbook by Joseph Sugarman. 3 books. You can find free copies of all these online now. Only in ebook form, of course. I've got hard copies here so I can get off the computer and read at night, then fall asleep. You know what I mean? Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan S. Kennedy.
Yeah,
he's a famous copywriter. Sugarman.
Dan is an authority.
Yeah, Dan Kennedy. He's still around. Sugarman's passed away now, but both these guys are just amazing. There's a lot of amazing copywriters out there, but these guys are the granddaddies, right? So Joe Sugarman, right? He's the Blue Blockers guy. I don't know if you've ever seen the commercial Blue Blockers, but he was a products guy. You know what I mean? Basically an e-com guy on TV. Joe Sugarman, Adweek Copywriting Handbook, Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan S. Kennedy, and Influence by Robert Cialdini. Wow. This is a psychology book. This was the origin of this book, I heard, was to protect people from unscrupulous marketers, right? Yeah, it's a psychology book, mostly psychology of human behavior in many things, but sales also, and why people do what they do. But they say the marketers are the ones that grab onto this book. And you can find Cialdini. I'll spell his name for you, since it's an unusual name. It's Italian, right, I guess? Cialdini. I just call him Cialdini, so you can remember that. Robert Cialdini. You look up that. Yeah. There's videos of that talking. He's still around, and he has videos. He just came up with a new book called Persuasion, I think, or I saw the video for it anyway. He's on YouTube talking about it, and he's kind of like a psychologist who studies this kind of thing, why people do what they do, why they, you know, and there's one interesting thing in here. Why do kids, the kids all want to be different, right, than their parents. But in a lot of ways, they're the same as each other, right? They think they're being different, but they dress just like their friends, right? And that's to be accepted. And that's the last thing I was reading in here. You know, they'll I don't want to be my parent. Sooner or later, they become like their parents. You know?
That's really awesome.
If
So you have the many books you have suggested. Actually, I read something about Janice Kennedy, and I have the copy of Psycho-Cybernetics with me.
Do you? Yeah, I got one here.
But no other books I haven't read, but I would definitely go through, try to get the books that you suggested. Because a man who is with the copywriting with such a vast experience that you have, those are really golden nuggets, I believe. So even I advise my audience and our audience, you know, whoever wants to make a living on internet, they need to have the real skill of writing stuff. Am I right? So these books are golden nuggets.
Either that or hire. Right. Yeah, either you're going to be able to write content or hire someone that can write content. That's a given, right? Or if you can do a video, �W𝐈𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻𝐿 says everything's going to be going to voice, or there's going to be voice search. I listen to that guy. I follow him. He's also a great guy to follow, just to keep you motivated. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Every day, post. His whole thing is posting. What was I going to say? I'll go ahead. It'll come back to me. Oh yeah. One thing you need to do is get a coach, get a copy coach. If you want to learn copywriting, the best way to not make mistakes and to speed up your learning curve is to get a proven copy coach, someone who can coach you in the right ways. That'll keep you from making a lot of mistakes and, speed your learning curve up by 2 years. You don't have to do that, but it helps a lot, because if you're writing for someone else, you got your coach there to look at your copy, and he can help you improve it to get better results for your clients, and keep you from making mistakes even when you're just trying to find clients in your leads or something like that, so you don't look stupid and you come out with great positioning. Positioning is what it's all about in marketing, copywriting, anything. Like someone like Gary Vaynerchuk, amazing positioning he has, right? But it took him 5 years.
No competition can beat him down. He has positioned in such a level. It is all, in the market space, we can find thousands of people doing the same. But it is how we position ourselves is the way we get results, and the way we get business. Yep. So to position ourselves better, we need to produce better content. People need copy coaches like you. And without a coach, no one can perfect the idea. They will be struggling years and years. Even in my personal life, I was struggling with no selling for the long 3 years in the internet space. I had a website, I had a blog, and I wrote a lot of stuff in that, almost 1,000+ articles. I could not manage it and couldn't get even one single penny out of it. There was a certain time I didn't have money to pay for hosting charges. Now, yearly we have to renew the hosting. So I didn't have the money to pay them. So I left the idea of 3 years of hard work. Then I realized I did that level of hard work and wrote thousands of articles and invested my time, energy, and money for long 3 years. And I failed and I lost the blog. Then I realized, yeah, it is that money I spent on it. Half of the money I spent for it, if I would have invested with a coach, my life would be different 3 years back.
Yeah, time is money, and a coach will save you time. Yeah. A great coach. You find someone that's just ahead of you a bit. It can be a friend that's ahead of you just a little bit,
Yeah.
that's doing what you want to do. And you can offer, if you can't afford a coach right away, you can maybe ask him to apprentice, you know. Of course, maybe there's some work that you can do, or some way you can return the favor and take money to pay him, you know. Get that client, and then you can pay your coach. But if you like I said, if you get a coach, you're more guaranteed to get results. They come a lot faster. I got into this just thinking I knew what I was doing until I got my coach. Are you still there?
That is the difference. That's the difference. That is the difference it makes. Right. So let's come back again with something funny. Let me ask you a question. So do you have any superpower?
Superpower. The power of sales writing. I have that. What else do I do? I can walk for 3 hours nonstop.
Amazing.
No bike ride. I ran up a hill today. Well, ran and walked, you know. But if I had a superpower, it would be to spread joy, cheer, and love to the whole world and heal the whole world. That's what we were talking about earlier. That would be it. Now that's an amazing thing. But if you could heal the world, then you know there'd be no problems in the world, right? Yeah. Think if the political parties and the politicians and everybody had everything they wanted, except for the people that want bad against other people. We don't want them to be. But if everybody had everything they wanted, there'd be no problems, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I love this part. I just want to cut this part and, play it again and again in my wall and everywhere, because this is such an incredible message. I thought, people, when it comes to superpower, people say to get a lot of money, to become famous, something like. But you are a man that, wow, incredible, Rick, incredible. That's great.
Well, yeah, if you could just have a genie with the 3 wishes, then you can wish for 1,000 more wishes. Right?
Absolutely.
If everybody was happy, think if everybody was happy, you'd be safe and happy as well, right?
Yeah.
And we'd have no possibility of even if you're rich or you can fly or you could be invisible, there's still a chance that some politicians might fight and then cause a lot of trouble in your country or worldwide, you know what I mean? Or maybe non-politicians, maybe evil geniuses, you don't want them to have Dr. Evil, those guys. You want them, what do you call it? Appeased and peaceful, right? Peace. Yeah, I had this like to the T the other day, but peace. Oh, you know why? Because an African guy was asking me, what would I want? And I said, I'd want no more corruption. The people that try to control be squelched, you know what I mean? And peace and prosperity for all, this kind of thing, basically. So he said, what if we just wanted one thing? It'd be a lot of money, if you can send me a lot of money. Because you can do a lot of good with a lot of money too. Now,
that
money
part,
we're in
your superpower is writing sales copy. And I know that you are a man you are a man going to be with a lot of money, because word sells. Am I right? Word sells.
Yeah, I made a lot of money. That's right. I've made a lot of money for my clients, so.
Yeah.
They love me. That's what I'm supposed to do. Get those words right. When you get them right, it's just like getting good grades in school or praise from your mom, You make your clients happy and it makes your day. And it lasts, It's great to have those testimonials and, recommendations from your clients.
Yeah.
Make them happy and be happy.
That's amazing.
The whole thing is sales.
Okay, I want to ask you something. So as you work full-time online, where?
Let me be clear on this.
Yeah.
They say that the copywriting is actually about giving. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm listening.
copywriting is really about making people take an action. So it's not always about sales, but say you're putting out a lead. For the lead, you just want them to click on the next page, right? So you're not always about sales, but eventually it basically all leads up to sales. And so does content writing, you know what I mean? It's all basically about business. It's all for business, to promote business in one way or the other, either directly or indirectly. So sometimes you have a lead, you just want people to sign up and opt in, a pre-sale to get them warmed up. Like that's like their second cup of coffee after the lead, you know what I'm saying? You're talking to your client. And then, of course, ultimately, it all leads to sales page or maybe in-person calling, this kind of thing, you know, a call back to make, if you're coaching, right? If you're doing coaching, you get the lead from the coach. I've done that before, and she closed herself, right? I didn't have to do closing. I just got the people to. So at any rate, I have a lead magnet if anyone's interested in that. The copy I used, it gives a simplified version of the copy that leads to my copy coaches, my health coach clients webinar, and I got her webinar up. I got the engagement up by 11 times from when she started. So I'm giving it away for free if anyone's interested. We can post a link for that later. You might use one, Jilson.
Yeah, surely. Because I will be sharing that link
to my friend.
I feel that, you know, it's going to help a lot of people because they are going to get the real value, because copywriting is, without copywriting skill, without content writing skill, no one can succeed on the online space. You know, I see a lot of people just post their link. Hey, click here and you can get this one. No one is going to click there, right?
Yeah. I understand.
So this resource will be an awesome blessing to my audience and our audience. So let us share it. You please share me the link, and we will be posting the link too in the down.
Yeah, it's my lead magnet to get you more leads, you know.
Yeah.
I'll give you one too if I haven't sent you one yet.
Sure.
It'll help you. And it has I'll help you get that exact copy down to get your to boost up your, you know, if you're doing a webinar or anything you want people to opt into, it'll help you with that, you know. Opt into your mail list or your webinar or whatever, even for this, even for your interviews, your what is this? Zoom interviews, you know.
Yeah.
You can get people to opt in using this lead magnet.
Yeah, really. That's too powerful.
Yeah, it'll help. It's just a simple thing, brings clarity and a clear goal to what, just like if you have a small business plan, this is for a little business plan for one little part of your business, right?
Right.
Go ahead with your next one, please.
That's amazing. Good. I got into thinking process in between, you know, the copy and content and the difference and how the things lead. I got into. That's amazing. Okay, let me ask you one more question. As you work on the internet space, what would you suggest to the newcomers? You know, the traffic mode, paid or organic?
Figure it out with organic and then scale to paid. Unless you're a rich man, and if you're a rich man, you don't have to worry about it, you know. But the best thing to do is get it right organically, and then scale. You know, you can if you write something organically and it works, you can put the same thing in an ad, and it should work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing about ads. Yeah, one thing about ads.
Oh, that's a new perspective, man. I have never thought of it. Oh, awesome. You know, we wrote some amazing content and in the organic, and people got opt-in to us. Then if we place it in the ad, it's going to really work, that content. Yeah, that's a good, you know, thought-provoking stuff for me right now. I'm going to do it.
It should, if you got this right.
I never thought of it. For ad copy, I used to write something different.
Oh, yeah.
But it's gonna work. It's really gonna work.
There's really no need. One thing you can say is you might want to explain a little more in your end copy. I can help you with that. But now your Facebook friends, a lot of them will know you, right? But if you got an offer working organically, the same offer should work with us. There's a little bit of difference with it, but you just maybe a little more explanation with the ad. And I talked to my coach about the difference between organic. I know I just got into organic really. But I've done a lot of organic for physical products of my own, and even rent apart and selling cars, mobile homes in Arizona. I sold all those organically, you know.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Paid ads are, I think people put too much, what do you call it, complications into copy sometimes. The thing is simple words, you know. Simplicity and clarity is much more important than being clever. And I'm guilty of this myself sometimes. I like to be clever, you know. I like to be thought of as clever. But more and more, I know that simplicity and being clear on what you want your ideal client to do, ideal customer, what you want them to do, and what you want to tell them, and what will benefit them. That's the main thing with that's
amazing.
At least people are forgotten. I have a list of a checklist every time I write copy of what should be put in and what should be left out, you know.
Yeah.
And you want to be honest and real, of course.
Right.
If
what I found, so many people write content to show their intelligence level, using big words and deeper concepts.
Sure they do, yeah, especially technical writers. And yeah, that doesn't always, you know, the thing is, it might sell to a certain type of person, but it won't sell to your layman, you know, it won't sell to your average Joe. It'll just, they don't want to read it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They say copies should be at a grade level, sixth grade level to sell. That's the rule of thumb. And there's actually a program that you can run your copy through to see the grade level, you know what I mean? But simplicity and clarity, that's all about. And also getting rid of doubts, you know, if there's a problem. Now, Sugarman talks about that. Joe Sugarman talks about that. But if there's a problem with the product or something you don't like say, he talks about putting that right up front so you remove all doubt of you being dishonest to the customer right up front. He sold something like a thermostat or something, and he said this thermostat looks cheap, you know what I mean? But it's actually very good. I think it was a thermostat. So that's a lesson I learned from Sugarman. If there's a problem with this product, you know, you can say right up front, this is the problem. This is what I don't like about the product, but this is what I do like. So they know you're being honest with them. Just as you would if you were selling it to them in person. You say you're selling an old car and it has a dent here. It has it needs an oil change, whatever it needs. Well, the car needs an oil change, so you know, give you a little discount, right? You're being honest. And they say, okay, this is an honest seller, you know. Say the car maybe needs, you know, has a bit of rust here, or whatever. You tell them that truth, right? If you're in person selling something, they say, oh, this guy's honest. You know, Rick is honest, right? Okay, let me think about it, Rick. Or they use that, or they buy it. At least they know you're honest, whatever they decide to do, you know. That's the thing you want to put out, you know, in your sales copy, you know. If there's something, you understand that, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Just be honest. Put all the defects out in front. Yeah, Sugarman's philosophy.
That's amazing. Awesome. So wow, this is I think we need to conduct even a free training in our group. You know, your group is something amazing. 1,500 people so far I've found. Yeah. So how long it took you to grow up that number?
That group, that group was kind of sitting there from a few years ago, and I just reopened it. I got a bigger group than that, Jilson. I got 11,000. It's just sitting there, you know. I left my Facebook groups because one thing we had no internet for about 8 months. Yeah, 8 months we had no internet. And that's when I wrote my kids' book, you know.
You made that time also beneficial. You made that time also super awesome.
Yeah, I started some groups. Huh?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I mean, when you didn't have 8 months internet connection, you make use of that time preciously because you wrote some books on.
Yeah, I did. I wrote a kid's book.
Yeah.
I had a computer, so
yeah,
I wrote some other stuff too and studied a lot. I was surprised because we moved here and to the old place, and we thought there'd be internet because there was poles, right? My wife said there's poles there, but it turns out the poles were not.
So, that's amazing. How many books have you written? Children's book?
Oh, well, the only one I finished is the one, but I guess I got two more that were in the work. They've been put aside by now, you know. There was a story about a girl that wouldn't clean her room, something like that.
That's good.
But this one is actually, I've made it more like a small info product.
Okay.
And it's for kids to get them to use their imagination. It's called the 20-minute creative kid builder. Everybody imagines the 20-minute creative kid builder. It started out as just everybody imagines, and it's a book to get kids using their imagination.
That's amazing. Share me the link. I have a 9-year-old daughter. Share me the link. I have a 9-year-old daughter. And let me get a copy at least. I mean, ebook for her. Download. Let me download it.
You got it, bro. You got it. Sounds good.
Let me come back to, so let us conduct some free training in that 11,000 members group, man. I think is it active now? Is that group active?
No, Jilson. It's just people. It's not really active, but you're welcome to try something in there if you like. Your group is still small, right?
Yeah. Mine is so small. I just started only not just 200 now.
200, that's pretty good. You didn't start too long ago, right?
No, it was just maybe 3 months, I think. 3rd month it is.
That's good. You're doing good. That's great. Yeah, you're welcome to try something in one of them. I got a lot of groups, but they started out as sales groups. See, we used to have a pawn shop, a music pawn shop. And I started out in selling in musicians groups, and I said, well, let me start my own group, you know. And that's how it all started. And I started, anytime I had an idea, I'd start a group on this or that, just for musicians. Then for selling musical gear, and I don't remember what else I did. It's been a few years. I have quite a few groups. One is 4,000.
Wow.
Today I just came up with another idea to try to make a copywriting group. Just a copy boardings group, which we've done before, and I put it off, neglected. You really got to work hard at groups, you know what I mean? And I don't always have time.
It takes time. It takes time and effort, both. Then we can get results.
It's your timeline, right?
Yeah.
To your timeline, no problem, right? In your group, there's, every friend has a group, right? So where do you go to talk to your friend? In his group.
Everybody is on group.
Or on their timeline. If everyone has a group, they're all just going to sit in their own group.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of groups, I'm surprised yours is doing so well.
Let's work on at least one group. We will fix one group into a bigger one. Scale it into, almost 100,000 people slowly. Not maybe it may take 2-3 years, but that is my dream. But let's see what will work, right?
They say you can monetize groups, right? I know people that are doing it.
Yeah.
So it gives you positioning.
Yes, exactly.
Gives you something to do.
That's good.
Something to do, definitely. You
Okay.
got to come up with content.
Right. So let me ask you a question. So what do you...
You're great.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you're a great interviewer, Jilson. You're great at interviewing, my friend.
Thank you.
You're very good. Yes, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. It's a journey, man. It's a journey. I got really amazing people like you with me in this journey. I feel, really I'm blessed.
Me too. I'm blessed.
This is not something for establishing myself or building something and selling something. No, I started with a genuine interest that I want to help people. And
right on.
Connecting people like you is the biggest asset.
Right on.
And I'm really grateful of it. Thank you so much, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
This podcast, let's do really, once it go into the air, I'm sure it's going to work miracles, because we are not here to sell something creepy things. Am I right? We never spoke about anything selling.
That's right. Never spoke anything about selling. Yeah. That's right. If I did, take it out. Yeah, I can hear you. Are you still there? I can hear you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can edit.
Right. We are not selling anything to people. We are giving the real value. Am I right?
That's right. Absolutely.
So I never pitch you and you never pitch me and we never pitch people. We are here to deliver the real value. And that's what I feel great about, being associated with people like you. Let's do it something. Right. Let's do real miracles.
Absolutely. That's right.
So let me wind up this session with two more important questions. Right?
Okay.
Question number one, where do you see yourself in the next 2-3 years? In general, the internet kind of business.
Another kind of business?
Yeah, in the internet space. Yeah.
Well, another kind of business. I don't really see myself in another kind of business. Is the voice bad?
Yeah. Yeah, you can go on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, if I'm going to be in another kind of business?
No, I'm not. No. What I asked you, where do you see yourself in the internet-based business in 2-3 years?
Basically the same, getting more into talking.
Yeah.
As much or more than writing. I'm a social man. Like to do more podcasts. I've been putting it out there to do my own podcast for a while with 𝐷𝐈𝐂𝐲. I needed a partner actually, and he never did show up. We won't talk about him. Let's just drop that out. I don't want to give him a bad name, but he's a good friend who didn't show up. We were talking about doing it last week, so I'm really glad you put you want me to start more podcasts, more video. Yeah. More writing, improving my craft, more coaching, work my client partner, who's been a huge blessing to me with 𝐷𝐈𝐂𝐲. That's Scott Trick with 𝐷𝐈𝐂𝐲. And we got some other projects up our sleeve. I'm going to work on improving funnels. It's really fun when you get a funnel working, and it's even more fun when you get it working for yourself. I mean, it's the same rush, but if you get it working for yourself really smooth and well, of course you're benefiting financially, and you can make a good passive income with that funnel. You know what I mean? And once you get it making more than you spend on ads, then you can reinvest it and keep it, it's like an investment basically. you add money back in and you get more money back out. So why would you stop? You know, eventually the campaigns wear out. There are some campaigns, I guess, I've heard of that last for years. And they've been even print campaigns, old print campaigns that have transferred to the internet that are still making money, like John Carlton's. I've heard that. Yeah. But so the rush is it's really exciting. It's a bit like gambling. I mean, I've done just a bit of gambling and lost more than I've won. You know, my dad was a huge gambler, so I watched him always in a way, and I just do a little bit. You know? And I come on, you know, Dad, let's get out of here. But he would stay, and I'd be out walking around looking for food or looking at girls. You know, back when I was younger, something like that.
Yeah, it is a part of the game, actually. Everybody has to go through it, right?
It's exciting to get any project working, right? Yeah. Small or big, getting it running smoothly. In the next few years, I suppose more of the same and a scaled, what would we just say? What's a good word? A scaled version of what I'm doing now.
Right.
There'll probably be something new that comes up, and learning more as I get into different niches, or another client shows up with something new that I need to study. You know, I just got into doing some dental copy, first time ever, last 6 weeks ago or so. Great client. And I'd never written dental copy before, but he needed dental copy, and he came to me. He heard great things about me, with a big compliment. I never did ask him where he found me, you know. I meant to ask him, but he's not really that talkative, you know. I meant to ask him that. Where did you find me? I always think of that after we're done chatting, because we haven't even talked. But I'd say he's a very good client, and he had a definite vision, and he stuck with that vision. He liked everything I did. He didn't change it midstream. I'd call him one of my greatest clients ever. And he's selling dental services. And so I learned a lot about the dentist, you know.
Yeah. The client teaches us more sometimes.
Huh?
Client teaches sometimes more.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's amazing, Rick. Really, I'm really excited. You know, I got real value from you. This talk is just out of the heart talk. You know, what I love in this all segment, you know, we didn't push for anything. Am I right? Did we? We didn't impose any ideas into the brain of people. We are here to make a real change, and we are here with the real value. So somebody who wants to get into the copywriting space or content writing space, this is gonna be an asset for them. And I'm gonna share the links of the books you suggested, and I'm gonna share your own free ebook, and I'm gonna share the link of your website so they can learn from you. You know, this is what we are in this world. We are in this world to give some real value. Now, I don't believe, you know, selling something hardcore. Sales will happen in the later part. Of course, as in the internet space, we are all directly or indirectly connected with selling. We can't deny that fact. Am I right? But
that's right. My ebook's not free, but my ebook it's only $3, but it's not free. I worked really hard on it.
Yeah, it's not a big issue, big money. Am I right? For real value, spending 3. Yeah, let's do it. Is there any question that I missed or would have asked you in this entire process?
Super. Well, you said you had 2 questions. The one, what was the one? The last one. Oh, let me say this. I had something else to say about copy. Let me be clear. One group copy, a client copywriter for other people, and being a generalist, which I really love personal development writing, but even that gets boring sometimes. So one thing about taking on different kind of clients is that you're always learning that niche. You become a bit like an encyclopedia. Now study about dental services and dental techniques, and so you can write great for the client. You just study three days, and man, you know a lot more about dental services than the ordinary person would.
Yeah.
You might wind up knowing more than your client. I mean, so not just study copy if you want to be a client copywriter. If you want to niche down, study your niche. It's all in the niche. The niche will teach you how to speak to people in that niche, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're selling kids products, you're talking to parents. You want to get into their mind and figure out what they're looking for, and that's the whole thing about copy. If you figure out what they're looking for, you can talk to them about what they need and solve their problems. You know what I mean? So copywriting is solving problems for people in a lot of ways. You're selling something, but if you sell a righteous product, then you're solving problems. You see what I'm saying? Same with my book. It can solve problems for kids that don't have the imagination that we might have had when we were younger, because we didn't have all these distractions, right?
Yeah, exactly. In our childhood.
A lot of distractions lead to being bored with everything. In terms of, you don't need your imagination if you're always playing video games. I remember when I was a kid.
Right.
Yeah, we just had plastic wiffle bats, and that was our guns, you know, plastic wiffle bat, just pretending it was a gun.
Even I didn't have TV for up to my high school days in my home, I guess.
Oh, not even TV, right?
Yeah.
So, did your neighbors have TV?
Yeah, we used to go neighbors' home.
Yeah.
Queuing them, whether they let us in or not, waiting them, requesting them, and we used to see things in black and white. You know.
Yeah, black and white. Me too.
We could only see the lights moving on the screen, but that was a bigger happiness. But
yeah, I know what you mean. But you used your imagination a lot as a kid, I'm sure, in India, right?
You know, in some certain time, I even remember watching World Cup football on black and white TV, because we cannot differentiate the player and the ball. Something we can see just moving, and we were so happy. And
that's funny. I know what you mean.
And even we don't know, you know, the country is engaged with playing all Barcelona. I mean, yeah, Brazil and Barcelona, all those. But we loved to watch something that helped us our imagination. You know, that helped us to realize how a real football court looked like. But now, children are missing all those stuff. Their brain is not developing the right angle.
Yeah, it could very well be. Yeah, I had a friend who was the wife would say they had a baby, and she'd say, when the TV's on, the baby gets too quiet. It just start TV.
Yeah.
And she was worried, you know, like no TV, you know. Some parents are like that. Stay with anything, I guess. Too much of anything, and you need a little bit of something. You know, new stuff can stimulate you, but if the kid's just sitting there, you know, the thing is playing, right? You want your kid to be exposed to many things, but maybe not. The internet has so many things, and it's easy to get spoiled, I suppose. In a way, you have like nothing makes you happy anymore in a certain way, because everything's already been seen. Yeah, we had just a few channels when I was a kid, and sometimes we had no TV. We had black and white too. The TV broke sometimes, and we have no TV.
That's amazing.
And he'd be yelling at me or my sister because the TV was broke. I don't know why, you know. It was an old TV, right?
Right. And one thing happened in my life, you know. Now I unplugged my TV.
You stopped?
I stopped. I stopped watching TV. I stopped my Netflix subscription. I stopped my local cable subscription. My TV is somewhere in the corner. And
Just
last
for
6 months,
Yeah.
last 6 months, I did the same. And it changed my perspective on my life and my business even, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
My child is much of
I have a hard
drawing.
time stopping.
Yeah. My child is much of drawing pictures now. I gave her everything to draw. She's, you know, keep on drawing new pictures, things and things and things. That's
Oh
what.
yeah, I saw her. It's beautiful, beautiful art.
Yeah.
That's right. Your daughter, 9-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Huh?
I wrote about something about her and with her picture that time.
Huh?
I wrote some content related to her picture and stuff on my wall sometime. You also read, I guess. Right.
Yeah. I did see that. Yeah.
Right.
Dopamine detox, right? Even if you can get off Facebook sometimes, right?
Yeah.
A day, 48 hours, you get so much more accomplished. The problem with it is that so much of what I do depends on Facebook, you know what I mean? And YouTube now. But like I said, when I didn't have that, no internet, TV's TV is also hard to get here. We just don't have the TV on ever because the reception is so bad. Yeah. And when I didn't have the internet, that's when I wrote the book, right? I had to have something to do. Still on the computer, but writing a book.
Yeah. Okay, this is something amazing. We have shared a lot of value, and shall we come to an end of this talk?
Sure, brother. That sounds good. That sounds very good. You know about the dopamine detox, right?
Yeah. I know. I just heard of.
Good. Okay, man. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you so much for giving me a lot of value, and this is going to really help the people. And let's do something more of it in the coming segments. When both of us are free, I'm not going to leave you because your brain is something I want to hack. Actually, there are a lot of knowledge in it. Your experience and wisdom I want to capture. Actually, yeah. Thank you so much, Rick. Thank you so much, Rick.